All right, what's going on, guys? My name is Spartan, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a beginner's guide on modules. But this has been a pretty requested video topic, and there is a lot that is involved with modules, and I'm going to do the best of my abilities to kind of simplify it for you guys, because I do admit it does get pretty confusing, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can very easily mess up your modules. Before we actually start off, like I said, this is a beginner's guide, so I'm going to go through what exactly are modules. Modules in the tower, there are four different kind of modules that you can get. You can get cannons, which are the circular modules like these guys. You can get generators, which are the little triangle guys. They give you a coin bonus. You can get the armor modules, which are your defensive modules. They give you health as the base stat. Last but not least, you have your ultimate weapon modules, which are the core. So those give you ultimate weapon damage. Before we get started, there are several different, you can see there's different colors here. There are different rarities, I guess for a lack of better words, of modules that you can get. There are commons, which will show up as gray. I don't have any because there's a setting that I have, auto shatter new common modules. The reason I did that is because when you shatter them, you get the little shards that you can see towards the middle of the screen. Different shards, which allow you to basically upgrade your modules. So how do you get modules? There's a few different ways that you can get modules. The first is obviously purchasing them, and you do that by spending gems. You see it says buy new module. You can do it times 200 gems for times 10, or you can do 20 gems a piece. So I'll just buy 2 and see if I get anything. Okay, I got a common and I got a rare. So the reason I say modules are kind of the bane of most people's existence is because they are so freaking expensive, and it truly is a gamble. More times than not, you're going to end up getting common modules, which then get shattered into shards for upgrading your other modules. I would personally not recommend investing gems into modules because it's more of a gamble until all of your common cards, which are these first 3 rows here. I would not purchase modules with gems until all of your commons, so again, these 3 rows, are max level. And the reason for that is because the cards are a guaranteed, yes, if I spend gems on a card, I'm going to get something here. That's a guaranteed thing that you're going to get. Whereas modules, it's more, like I said, a gamble. More than likely, either going to get these rare modules, which are still decent, or more times than not, just the common modules, which are, again, not super great. So let's talk about epic modules. Epic modules are default epic, and they have a unique effect. So you can see I have Wormhole Redirector pulled up, and this has a unique effect that gives me health regen, can heal up to 25% of my packaged health recovery. These epic modules that come with a unique effect, these have to be pulled by purchasing with gems. You cannot pull an epic module with a unique effect without spending gems on the modules. You can't just merge all of these together into an epic and then it have a unique effect. If you do that, you'll see our new module, pull it up, it still does not have a unique effect. That's because this is a default rare module. Again, I reiterate, you only get the epic modules with unique effects by purchasing them with gems. So don't make the mistake of like trying to merge all of your rares unless you kind of know what you're doing, because you're not gonna, by merging this stuff, actually get a module with a unique effect. So keep that in mind. So before we talk about merging, which is probably the most complicated part of the whole process, let's actually talk about what is within the modules themselves. You can see, again, we talked about the unique effect. Epic modules all have a unique effect, and there are, I believe, 4 or 5 per different type. And likewise, with the unique effect, you have the normal default effects. So these are things that you have to roll, which what that means is you click into the module, you go to options, and you have the option to favorite if you want to make sure that you don't accidentally like merge it. So you see, if I do that, it shows the little icon. So I know, hey, this is something I don't want to merge by accident. You also have restore level. So if you ever have a module that you want to swap out for a different one of the same type, you can do the confirm merge. You get your shards and your coins back, and then you can upgrade whatever module that you wanted to substitute it for. You have the reroll effects. So we'll go ahead and click into that. And whenever you're re-rolling effects, you have the option to do one at a time, where you just click it over and over until you get whatever you want. Or you have the option to do what's called auto re-roll. And if you click the little dice right here, you can choose what kind of rarity of the effect. So if I want literally everything of health regen, I just check mark health regen, check mark whatever else I want. So if I have all of these in effect and I hit auto reroll, if I get a common health regen in rare, epic, or legendary, it will stop the auto reroll and basically allow me to either lock it in place or continue going. So let's just test it out on this pulsar harvester, which I really don't care about. So it's not going to hurt me to remove the effects. So let's just auto roll and we'll see what we get. Boom, we got a cash bonus. So let's just say that I really like cash bonus and I want to keep it. You can then lock it, hit the little lock button, and now it's only going to roll the other two options. You may also notice the reroll shard cost each time you lock something goes higher. So the default is 10 reroll shards per, and if you have one lock, it's 40 per. If you have two locks, it's 160 per. If you have three locks, it's 500 per. And I don't even know after that because I'm not that far ahead. But the point is, each time that you lock something in, it gets more expensive. So keep that in mind. And once you do your reroll, you have the option to either keep the new effects that you just pulled, or you can go back to the previous. So in this case, I have two epic options in the previous, so I'm going to go ahead and hit previous. And there we go. So now let's actually talk about how you merge the different modules to get them to higher levels. So you can see each of these, there's epic, legendary, mythic, and ancestral. And each of these different levels basically give you a bigger boost to whatever the effect is, the unique effect and the basic effects. So you can see my wormhole redirector, I have an epic defense percentage, and that gives me 3% extra defense percentage. Whereas the legendary defense percentage stat is actually 5%, and it just goes up from there. If you have something that is legendary, mythic, ancestral, trying to get the highest stat that you can is pretty beneficial. So again, we kind of covered this. There are 4 different types of modules, and you can equip one of each category. There's cannons, armor, generators, and cores. You can see whenever you are spending gems, this is why I say it's a gamble. So here are the module pulling rates. So you have a 2.5% per pull to get an epic module. You have a 29% to get a rare, which is better because you do need rares. Rares allow you to basically get what's called fodder, which is you level up your rares to epic, and then epic plus, and then legendary. And then basically that allows you to take your good default epic modules to the higher levels. And common modules, you have a 68.5% chance. So like I mentioned, you're more times than not going to get a common module, and it's just the name of the game. There is a little bit of a guarantee because it says if you don't get an epic module in 150 purchases, then then an epic module will be guaranteed. So to put it into perspective, 150 modules times 20 gems per module. Basically, if you spend 3,000 gems and you don't get an epic module, you will be guaranteed one on your next pull. That's how the math checks out. Which again is why I said that it's a massive gamble versus just getting cards, which are guaranteed. So I will say again, if your common cards are not at least level 6, I personally would say max level at level 7. Definitely try to get that first before you even look at modules. So now let's talk about the merging of modules. So there's some information there that you can read, but I'll basically just go through this. So let's say that we have a default epic astral deliverance, which is what the example is here. In order to take this to epic plus, we need a second astral deliverance. That allows us to take it to epic plus. And then in order to take it from epic plus to legendary, you need 2 of any kind of epic plus of the same type of module. So in this case, we would need another damage module, basically. Then 2 of those, epic plus, will let us take it to legendary. In order to go from legendary to legendary plus, you need a second epic plus of the same module. So basically, at that point, you would need, I believe, 4 of the astral deliverance to get it to epic plus. Yeah, because it's 2 to get it to epic plus the first time, and then you get it to legendary with the 2 randoms. And then to get it to legendary plus, you need another epic astral deliverance, which requires 2 astral deliverances of normal epic. Again, this gets pretty freaking confusing, so bear with me here. So, in order to take this epic plus astral deliverance to mythic, just mythic, not mythic plus, you need a legendary plus of the same type of module. And it can be any. It does not have to be an astral deliverance. Then once you get it to mythic, in order to go to mythic plus, you need the exact same thing, another legendary plus. In order to take it from mythic plus to ancestral, you need two epic plus, holy crap, this is confusing. You need 2 epic plus astral deliverances of the same exact module to get it to ancestral. So I hope that made any sense at all. I do know that once you get it to ancestral, there are different levels of ancestral. There's like different stars, like 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. And I don't exactly know how to get it to those levels. But as soon as I figure it out and actually get a module that gets that high, I will definitely let you guys know. Let's talk about getting these reroll shards and also the normal upgrade shards. So to get the reroll shards, you basically get them from bosses dropping reroll shards. Bosses have a chance to drop reroll shards as well as common and rare modules. So bosses are pretty huge. You'll get this a lot from your farming runs. And this lab right here, the reroll shards lab, will basically increase the number that the bosses drop. And you can take this up to level 100. And each tier that you farm, the amount of reroll shards will get higher. So keep that in mind. If you're farming tier 1, it'll be a lot lower than if you're farming like tier 6 or tier 7. In terms of the normal upgrade shards, you get those by, again, shattering modules. So you can see I'll get shards of the same type for that. You also get the upgrade shards from daily missions. And the amount of shards that you get is determined by a few different things. First, how far you are in the tiers of the tower. Where it currently stands with my daily missions, I will get 65 shards per mission, basically. And you can see you get different kinds as well. You have the daily mission shard lab, and this increases the number of upgrade shards that you get from the daily mission rewards. This goes all the way up to level 50. So that's basically 50 extra shards per daily mission. And you also get more shards depending on which tier that you're farming in. So you can see right now I currently have up to tier 15 unlocked. That allows me to get as many shards as I currently have. Which is why trying to push as high as you possibly can is pretty important, because it will also affect the amount of coins that you get per mission. The last thing that I will say with merging modules is be aware of the auto merge button. It seems like a really good idea, but keep in mind with auto merge, I generally do not auto merge anything above rare plus. And the reason for that is if I do that, pretty much it may screw up getting fodder for upgrading something that I actually want to upgrade. But yeah, just be very, very aware of auto merging because it's very easy to screw it up. And generally speaking, if I have something that is, again, above rare plus, I will not even auto merge it. I will just deselect it and then auto merge whatever is rare. Like, I'll take stuff from rare to rare plus, but I will not auto merge anything rare plus or above because I don't trust myself to accidentally not screw something up. But anyway, that is going to wrap up today's guide on modules. And I tried to keep this relatively simple to explain, but the reality is modules are one of the most complicated parts of this game. So just keep that in mind. And likewise, if you guys do have any questions about modules or anything like that, feel free to drop them below in the comments section, and I will do the best of my ability to try to respond and help you out. As well as we have a pretty good community on this channel. There's a lot of comments I've seen where other people that have watched my videos have like responded to people, and we're building a nice little community here, and it's pretty cool to see. So yeah, all that to say, thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that it was helpful for you, and if it was, maybe do me a solid and hit the like button on the video and subscribe if you're new and aren't subscribed, because I would appreciate it. And yeah, that being said, that's it for this video, and I will catch you guys later.